Very good afternoon. It is the 29th of June 2024. Welcome to yet another edition of Yes 101's Visual Radio. Bringing you the news, I'm Theruni Karunaratne. Here are our top stories for this afternoon.
News First headline.
Prepare for presidential election. National Election Commission issues statement to government institutions. Sri Lanka and Russia take action to stop human trafficking of ex-military. Met Department warns of strong winds in the Arabian Sea. Naval and fishing communities advised not to set sail. In news overseas, China tells Taiwanese to visit in high spirits despite execution threat. And in sports, Holloway wins 110 meters hurdles in sizzling US Olympic trials. On to those stories in detail now. The National Election Commission, issuing a statement, has informed the relevant institutions, including government institutions, to prepare for a presidential election. Chairman of the Election Commission, R.A.M.L. Ratnayaka, said that the government press, police, Ceylon Electricity Board, National Water Supply and Drainage Board and other institutions were informed of the preparations in a letter. Additionally, the chairman of the Election Commission said that the district assistant and deputy election commissioners were informed through a circular to prepare a statistic on the number of officers and vehicles required for the presidential election. The circular also informs the district assistant election commissioners to prepare the polling stations via Gram and Lidari officers. Government printer confirmed that preparations for the election are underway, as confirmed by the Election Commission. Government printer Ganga Kalpani Lianage highlighted that the statistics related to the elections is being estimated since all costs including the price of raw materials have increased compared to the previous years. Meanwhile, an initiative to prevent Sri Lankan retired military personnel from being illegally recruited and trafficked to fight in the war between Russia and Ukraine was tabled during a recent visit to Russia by a Sri Lankan delegation led by State Minister of Foreign Affairs Tharaka Balasurya. According to parliamentarian Gamini Valeboda, discussions were held with high-ranking Russian officials, including the Deputy Minister of Defense and Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs. As a result of these talks, a joint committee has been established. This committee includes representatives from both countries' relevant ministries and the Sri Lankan ambassador to Russia. Gamini Valeboda also highlighted the seriousness of this situation, highlighting that the smugglers were charging families of these veterans over 1 billion rupees to facilitate their illegal deployment. Now, in more local news, the Department of Meteorology advises the naval and fishing communities not to venture into the Arabian Sea area as very strong winds of about 70 to 80 kilometers per hour and very rough seas are likely over the Arabian Sea area due to the active southwest monsoonal condition. The Met Department further advises those who are out at aforementioned sea regions to return to coasts or move to safer areas immediately. According to the Met Department, strong winds of about 40 to 50 kilometers per hour can also be expected at times over the western slopes of the Central Hills, the northern, north central and northwestern provinces and the Trincomalee, Hambantota and Monaragala districts. Let's now take a look at international news.
International news.
Most Taiwanese can visit China with no need to worry and can come in high spirits, according to the Chinese government, condemning Taiwan for warning its citizens not to go, following a threat from Beijing to execute die-hard separatists. Taiwan's government raised its travel warning for China this week, telling people not to go unless absolutely necessary after China announced legal guidelines threatening prosecution and, in extreme cases, the death penalty for Taiwan independent separatists. In a statement late yesterday, China's Taiwan Affairs Office said the guidelines were only aimed at a tiny number of separatists and their evil words and actions. China views democratically governed Taiwan as its own territory. Now, Taiwan has ignored the facts and is trying to intimidate its own people for political means, which China is strongly opposed to, according to the office. Let's now take a look at your sports news.
Sports news.
Grant Holloway won the 110 meters hurdles at the US Olympic trials in a world lead of 12.86 seconds yesterday as Gabby Thomas and Noah Lyles scorched their semi-final heats in the 200 meters. The three-time world champion Holloway took the immediate lead and was undeterred even as he clipped the seventh barrier, leaning hard over the finish line for the fourth fastest time in history. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Yes 101's Visual Radio. For the News First team, I'm Thiruni Karunaratna. Thank you very much for watching.